What is up, guys? Sawcasm here, and today I have for you guys an MP5 MOAB playing some kill confirmed on the map Arcaded. And this opening route that I use right here is pretty universal for most game types on this map. Mainly what I like to do when I'm spawning over near the A flag in domination, that side, I like to come all the way to the left through this little B flag area and then flank around all the way behind their spawn over to this C flag area, which I'm coming over to now. And you know, basically those are domination terms. Those are where the domination flags are, A, B, and C. If you don't know, I mean, I'm sure it's pretty obvious, but I just think it sounded a little bit confusing how I said that. But I come over to the C area, and pretty much what I like to do over here is control this area with an SMG, and the MP5 is a pretty defensive weapon. You can rush with it, you definitely can, but you have to be really close to the enemy to stay accurate, at least for me, until you get kick at least. So, you know, for those first 7 kills, before I'm on the specialist bonus, I really play carefully and kind of wait for the enemies to kind of pass a position that I'm holding down, like a strong point. And that's pretty much what I do this entire game. But today that is not what I want to talk about. So, nice little double kill there with the Semtex. But yeah, so the MP5, you know, it's again one of those guns that you don't really see too often. And I do like to mix up my gun choice, my gun bank, my gun pool, the types of guns that I like to use. I really like to mix it up. Now, not only does this keep the game fresh for me, it really keeps it constantly keeps the game interesting, and I don't know, it just makes it more fun for me, like using different guns rather than just using the same few guns over and over. This is one of the things that I do to keep enjoying the game, and that makes me keep going back to it more and more. Just the variety of guns. And although some guns are better than others, I really think that if you use all different kinds of guns, you will be overall a better player than somebody who only uses one type of gun or one or two types of guns. You know, maybe the best type of guns in the game, like, you know, those tryhards who only use an ACR or an MP7, or else they won't use anything else. So they're like, oh, that gun sucks, I can't use that. But I really do believe that if you are kind of well versed with a bunch of different weapons rather than just a few, it can make you a better player overall. And I don't just mean with those weapons. So let me explain. You know, if you're good with a couple weapons, yeah, that's good. You can do decent. You're a decent player. However, if you're good or you practice with, say, a shotgun, that's going to give you a completely different mindset, because to use the shotguns effectively, you definitely need to have a completely different mindset than using, say, an ACR or something like that, because, you know, with an assault rifle, you could sit back and wait for the enemies to come to you from really long ranges, but with the shotgun, you always have to be in close range, and you have to avoid those long range engagements. So you really have to kind of be a lot more tactical, and you have to be a little bit more decisive of where you enter around the map. So, you know, I feel like by using each of the different weapon classes, like assault rifle, shotgun, SMG, LMG, blah blah, sniper, blah blah, riot shield, that doesn't count. That does not count as a weapon class, alright? You know what I mean. But by using the shotguns and, you know, actually practicing them, I feel like you get that mindset that you would not develop if you only use that ACR. So this also carries through with the other weapons. You know, an LMG, this really helps you in kind of giving you a better defensive standpoint, because the LMGs are really good for playing defensively and kind of sitting back and waiting for the enemies to come to you. So, you know, even if you're a pretty aggressive player, maybe you're too aggressive. Maybe you're a little bit too of an aggressive player, and the LMGs kind of force you to sit back a little bit, and then you might realize how effective it is. And, you know, I'm not saying to just pick up an LMG and then you're going to all of a sudden just start playing defensively, and that's going to completely change your playstyle. But my point is that these things, you know, all together, all these different tactics that you pick up from using different weapons, you can combine them into one ginormous clusterfuck of playstyles, and basically it can make you one super player, because you don't really want to be the type of player who's only good at one playstyle, because there are types of, you know, there are certain situations where one playstyle will be dominant over another, but in my opinion, the best playstyles are ones that are kind of varied, kind of mixed up, and ones that the player can literally do anything at any time when they need to, you know, whatever's the best for the situation. But so I hope you guys understood what I said. I know that was kind of confusing, but there's my MOAB. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you hated it, be sure to dislike it, leave some hateful comments, and unsubscribe. Thanks for watching. Bow!
MOAB incoming.